So there's a YouTuber, right? His name is Hamza Ahmed. And for a while there, I used to be like one of his biggest supporters, one of his biggest like advocates, like one of his members of his community, right? Let me get this straight. For the most part, he's like an amazing guy. He preaches masculinity and excellence, but it's not, for the most part, I would say 85% of the time, it's in a healthy manner where he pushes men to the best of their capabilities so that they can further themselves and actually, develop in a traditional and healthy way, which is good. I'm not judging him on that part, but you see, Hamza, he made this one video, right? And I've been having my troubles with it for a while now. It's called Music is Worse Than You Thought. And I'll give you like a sneak peek of like what's gonna happen. He explains that just like if you listen to the degenerate lifestyle of music, then you become one as well. Which the whole reason why I'm making this video is because I completely disagree with that motto. I think that's fucking stupid. To sum up, basically, my reasoning is because like if you have more than two brain cells, packed together in here, then you should know by listening to a song by a literal felon that shouldn't translate to your actual work and how to actually motivate you. I feel like if you listen to music by literal felons, that doesn't automatically mean that like in a couple years from now that you're gonna like start to believe that you want to be or will be one of them. I don't see how the smart men that he preaches to can fall into such dumbass scrutiny. I don't know. I just gotta play the video for the most part to understand my point.
Jeffrey, don't you realize how bad that is for you? Every single day listening to degenerate music, frying your dopamine receptors, killing your testosterone.
I think he already said something like I find really fucking dumb.
Killing your testosterone.
What the fuck? I want to see the research and studies that show that listening to hoodlum music will decrease my testosterone. It make me more of a dumbass in my frontal lobe. This might be pseudoscience that he's talking about, but I'm 12 seconds in, I'm already having an aneurysm.
Types in a song and then it starts playing. It's a rap song, judging by like the beat that's playing, and he's kind of like bobbing his head as he goes back towards like the bars that he was doing pull-ups on. And I really listened to the lyrics that the rapper was saying. It was a black rapper talking about fucking white women. And this white guy was bobbing his head along to that. Now, I'm sure that a lot of little soft...
He's already trying to judge me right now. I just cut him off when he was going to call me a softie. I'll let him finish his train of thought real quick.
But I think you can imagine why this just seems so absurd. It's one level below this guy watching like a BBC video specifically looking for like black guys fucking white women, and he's like touching his dick to it.
That line right there, that line was the whole reason why I wanted to make this video. What the fuck? That is such a weird ass claim. I don't understand how he can say that music that is made to motivate you and like get your adrenaline moving so that you can hit a more intensive workout, like it gets you active, it gets you motivated, it gets you in the zone to be, I guess, more of a dominant man or whatever. I fucking hated saying that line, and it is definitely not one level behind. It's such an icky word to say because like I got family next door, but porn, it's not porn. Listening to Playboy Cardi or whoever the fuck, that is not right here below porn. The whole problem with the whole like alpha male community is just that like if you really like listen to their words long enough, you become like a blind follower. And I'm not gonna lie, I was in the front lines defending this man Hamza for like the longest time. It wasn't until summer of this year is when I realized it just gets to a point where it's just like an unhealthy manner. For example, this one, when I listen to degenerate music, like, like concentrative rap music, I wouldn't say I become more of a degenerate out of it. I would say I honestly become better. I'm gonna share a little story, right? If it wasn't for Kendrick Lamar's Humble 2 days ago, I would not be able to hit my squat max. By the way, 2 plates, I would say, that's pretty impressive, I don't know where I'm going with this, so, I'll just keep playing the video.
The first danger with listening to music is that affirmations really work.
What he's saying right now is that if you believe in your, like, okay, he's right. It does get a little corny at some parts when you try to explain it, but if you believe in yourself and, like, what you say is true about yourself, then, over time it starts, to develop and it becomes more of an actual self-actualization. Whatever the fuck I just said. The thing about what he's going to say about rap music is just the way that I see it. Other people are showing, how they view their worlds. It's about how they see things and how they see themselves. It's not a self-realization on me. It's not how I want to see these women. It's not how I see, I guess, my ops. That's so dumb. I'm not seeing his point so far.
And so when you are plugging in a message that's basically brainwashing and you're constantly hearing some kind of affirmation.
Brainwashing is putting it way too fucking far. Music, and especially rap music, is not brainwashing me into wanting to fuck up anyone that step on my shoes.
I'm just like visualizing some music video. I don't know which one in particular, but you can kind of imagine the ones I'm talking about where it's like some American rapper and he's got degenerate women with him and he's got like gangbangers or something as well. And you're listening to this audio and it's like an affirmation for your brain.
It's just the way that Hamza sees the world. I just think he thinks that the rest of the world is stupid.
Because again, every single day, if you're listening to music which says like, I slapped that bitch, I slapped that bitch, every single day if you're listening to music like that, you're probably going to be a little bit more likely to like hit your sister more in a fight.
Where the fuck did he get this from? This is the same guy that preaches, oh, you know, have the toughest mental state ever, don't let anything faze you. You gotta be one dumbass motherfucker to let rap music lead you into the dark side and to leading you to be more likely to hit one of your family members, your sister, or your woman.
The second danger that you need to take responsibility for is that this kind of music is worse for women. And just for fun, she's going to be sat on her bed putting in her AirPods where some rapper talks about like fucking a bunch of women, and the rapper's like, you know, got this kind of ego arrogance that he's so amazing, he's done better than everyone else. And your woman's basically idolizing him.
Let's switch like the woman listening from, instead of listening to drill shit, she listens to like Taylor or Olivia Rodrigo, right? Most women definitely do idolize them. I don't want to say that Hamza's insecure, right? But I mean, it's definitely showing some insecurities. I've seen Hamza enough for me to realize that like if his woman like even thinks of another man, and like it doesn't even have to be in a sexual way, she's just enjoying the music, right? But because it's a man and he's showing his masculinity, then he feels a certain type of like, you know, like, oh shit, like, what am I now? Like, all the work that I've put in, and she's listening to another guy? It's fucking music. It shouldn't have to hurt your ego and to hurt your, like, masculinity.
How you often hear from girls like they really like music and they really like going to concerts because it's really fun, and they go to clubs not to like get with guys, but just to dance with their girls.
Everything that he just said right there was completely like, what the fuck? And it wasn't just like oh shit, well I shouldn't let my woman listen to music at all. It was more like his insecurities are showing.
That rapper can and actually will fuck multiple of those women there that same night.
I'm not a woman, go figure. They'll agree with me that they're like, they don't exactly want to have sex with them. It's just like, it's just a once in a lifetime opportunity to see the person that they do idolize. Because I'm not gonna lie, they do idolize, you know, their favorite artist, right? But to what extent, it's different for all. And for the most part, the natural and true feminine women are not gonna idolize him because, oh my god, I want his cock. It's gonna be like more of a idolizing because, oh my god, he's in my city, my hometown. I'm seeing him with my eyes. That's crazy. He also did say something kind of stupid, but he's gonna get to that right now.
So basically, when women are like being sexual, often you'll play music or they'll play music. Like, I want you to think of this woman who she's had sex with 10 guys in the last few years, and she's always played like the same songs when it's down to like, you know, actually have sex, right? And it's the same songs by the same artists. And so think about the effect that man, that rapper, that famous guy is going to have when, if they do ever like come across each other, when she's literally had sex and like orgasmed so many times listening to his words.
The music, it gets you in the zone, right? It gets you in the certain mood, the certain feeling. If you're like present and aware in the moment, then it's not about what you're hearing, you know, from the TV or whatnot. It's about, you know, what's actually happening right there.
He'll have a certain bottleneck to it where it can spray out in a better way. And he'll get women to like stand at the front right next to where he stood to open their mouths, and he'll be like putting it, like splashing it into their mouth. That happens a lot in clubs where basically like it almost symbolizes like giving them a facial.
What the fuck? What is it going on about? Pouring a woman some alcohol, right? I mean, like, if you're, like, really fucked up in the head mentally, which, I mean, you are going to the club, so, you know, it probably is more likely. Being honest, I think it's insecurity strong. Honestly, like, it probably is because, like, he always talks about, like, his woman and how he's just, like, she's not allowed to even, have social contact with other men. And I think that's, like,
If you want to attract the kind of woman who could never consider doing something like this, going to a concert or anything, you need to be the kind of guy who never would as well. You need to be the kind of guy who's not listening to degenerate music as well.
No, I'll be the first one to say I want a woman that I can go to a concert with. I've never been to a club. I'm not at that age yet. I feel like Hamza just wants a woman that's just, sits there and just looks pretty, smiles and waves. A little trophy wife. I'll share something, a little bit personal. I would like a person that would, share the same, qualities as me, not just be a trophy wife and just sit there, not even socialize with men. I wouldn't care that much. I mean, just be smart and healthy about it. That's really my main point.
Music is a way of you just getting extra, like literally another level of dopamine based on any activity that you're doing. Like, for example, there's lots of guys who will play video games, but then also listen to music on top of that. It's like another source of dopamine just stacked up. What we really need to ensure as young, ambitious men is that we don't fry our dopamine receptors, because that's our source of motivation.
The way that Hamza's preaching is that we seem like the villain by, treating ourselves along the way to our futures and our better goals. You can enjoy the fruits along the way, not just save up on all the fruits when you're 35 or something, because he says it will be more satisfying, but I'm enjoying the way that I'm doing life right now. I do YouTube as a hobby. I finish my schoolwork. I do my after school projects. I still lift weights. I do my workouts. I wouldn't say I reward myself where I can play video games at the end of the day. If that's frying my dopamine sensors, then fuck it, whatever Hamza says.
What's happening is that you're actually taking away your emotions. So I want you to think how bad this is. Let's say right now you're in school, and on the way to school, you listen to music. What you're really doing is literally making yourself less motivated to do your schoolwork. Think about that over the course of your time in the education system. You've probably just lowered your grades by like a whole point just because you listen to music 10 minutes every morning going to school.
Okay. He mentioned schoolwork. That's perfect. That's perfect for us, right? Before I, got my phone right, or I got my AirPods, I was a straight, I'm not even gonna lie, I was a straight B student. If I got an A, then, I fucking, I earned that A, right? I never, in, my elementary or middle school life, did I ever, achieve better grades than, in, 2 or 3 A's on my report card, and the rest are B's. I was a B and C student, along the way. I'm surprised I got B's and C's in elementary school, but that's not the point. What I'm trying to say is that when I got into high school, waking up at 6 in the morning and sometimes even earlier, you just need that sort of extra edge. Dopamine. He won't shut the fuck up about dopamine, but it's an extremely important topic. My grades and averages have really never been better, right? Instead of switching it from only 3 A's max a report card session, it's the other way around now. It's 3 B's max on a report card now, and it works for everyone in different ways. But I listen to music a lot, around the halls. And when he mentioned earlier on the bus, going to school, and I still get my work done he's going to mention business right now. When I'm working on my schoolwork, I listen to music along the way. It just keeps me up. It gives me that extra sense of presence. I'm aware of what I'm doing.
I think music addiction is really growing. And I have a really simple tip for you. Don't think about quitting music. Think about replacing it with something that's not as bad or even good for you.
I don't think music is fucking us up as much as he makes it seem like how it is. How he preaches about TikTok and how that's fucking us up, that I can agree with. Social media, that's really messing with us. For video games, I know that to an extent it can be a toxic and a bad trait. I'm smart enough to keep it on a moderate scale where it's 2 hours a day max, and I still get my work done throughout the day. And it's quality work.
At the gym is interesting because if I'm going to be totally honest to you, bro, I'm not listening to a fucking podcast when I go to the gym. It's just weird.
Fucking thank you. Okay, side tangent. I got a friend, right? He is completely addicted to the words of, the alpha males and how he listens to Hamza, Aman, Interhuman Man, all that, right? He listens to podcasts at the gym. It's not the same quality of work that we put in, but, we got different paths now. So he's also trying to pursue a YouTube career, right? But I low-key thinking about getting him on here. Besides the point, what I'm trying to say is when you're working out, listen to something that you want to listen to and not what Hamza will put you on. Listen to what works for you. Don't listen to what other people have to say about like what's your work-life balance schedule.
Stop listening to degenerate, hyper-stimulating music where it's a rapper talking about this, where it's like some pussy little cunt, like, you know, normal singer who's talking about getting his heart broken. All these like poor messages for your brain.
He's gonna go on with his reasons behind this, but what I'm hearing right now, I said, okay, I only listen to rap music when I'm at the gym. And the rest of my music, it's more like chill, lo-fi shit, Radiohead. I can't think of the rest off the top of my head because I'm using my phone to record. It's more like chill, laid back shit, you know, nothing that's like too overstimulating. It's just something that, you know, to help me get my work done and like calm myself. He talked about like something about like, you know, listening to heartbreak shit, how like, you know, it's bad for you or something like that. He didn't go like too much in depth to it. I'll solve it for you. It's not. Okay, let's say if you are going through a heartbreak, right? That's a way of easing the process, right? But I listen to heartbreak music, right? But I don't have a person in mind while I listen to it. It's not inherently a bad trait, and if, in my opinion, like one of the best music choices.
I don't even know how to describe it. I listen to like Viking war music. So there's basically no...
This your man right here? This your preacher? This your savior? Oh my god. Hold up. I was hucking. I was... What the fuck? Pause.
And it's just almost like what you'd listen to if me and you got onto a boat and our plan was literally, okay, there's a village over there. We're going to go kill the men, take the women, enslave their children.
Wouldn't that be the same as rap music? What the fuck? He got me all worked up for no reason. This big ass hypocrite. And he's smiling too about it.
And I swear to God, the song was about the black guy coming over from Africa and sleeping with the women here and like acting as if like he was better than the white guys here. Is that not a fucking cuck fetish?
Holy fuck, dude. All that he's saying right now is that it's pseudoscience. I'll tell you right now, common sense is telling me that if you listen to like heavy rap shit, newsflash, you're not a cuck. At least, you know, it doesn't make you one. Heavy rap doesn't make you an automatic cuck because you listen to other men talking about sleeping with other women. It's kind of like the same situation when you talk to your friend about like how he sleeps with women. That doesn't make you a cuck by listening to how he's fucking. It's just like he's telling you a story, and I kind of feel like that's the same like kind of energy that goes on with like listening to music, at least like the ones that he's talking about. Like if you listen to someone like talking about it, that doesn't, you know, make you an automatic cuck. It's just like it's kind of a conversation wave, you know. He's talking about it, and then you're thinking about your own life experience about like, oh, how like, yeah, I can do that, you know. I'm the top man. I think he has main character syndrome.
You voluntarily listen to music which is about the like some guy who's better than you fucking the women that you probably would want. That's literally like a mental illness. That's disgusting.
He's a guy, right? Guys know that, like, you know, you talk about women, like, what the fuck? Why did I say it like that? Guys know that when you talk about women, you usually talk about, like, you know, what you do with them on the down low. So I don't know if he gets, like, uncomfortable, like, if he hears, like, other people talking about it, or, like, if he's just like, no, I'm the only one that's supposed to have women. I'm the only one that's, like, allowed to have pleasure in my
I
life.
think, like, from what I know, is music is actually seen as haram inside the Islamic religion. Music is actually seen, like, against their rules.
This is getting to, like, religion shit. I'm not about to offend anyone too far with that. Like, I'm already offending, like, a lot of alpha male members. Like, oh, no, Hamza's, like, everything he says is right. You know, the biggest yappers, the biggest dick suckers. One thing I will not get into is religion because, you know, I have respect for that one.
This is about the importance of keeping, like, positive words in your mind. Words of faith, of strong character, of beliefs.
I find that complete bullshit because a lot of people that I know as well, you know, they listen to like music that has no correlation to them, but they still love it whatsoever, and they still keep the same mindset altogether, whether it's negative or bad.
Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.
That last part that he always says, I love that last part. Do the hard work, especially when I don't feel like it. A lot of times I don't feel like editing, but I still like put myself together. I still do it. I got, and my phone says an hour and 5 minutes of content that I need to cut down to make it at least under 20 minutes. So we'll see how that one works. I usually do that in conclusion, but I do kind of want to check on Chloe if we can still, you know, like, if I can still get like someone on here. This will only take a second. How am I doing overall now? Like, I would say that, like, you know, I have to do like less jump cuts now. Like, I do like less breaks. I don't know. I'm growing into my own shoes. I'm getting more confident with it. You know, like, I remember, like, I rewatched my first video. I don't know. You could tell that I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was very shy. Like, I was scared to say like anything that, you know, I was scared to say anything really. There she is. Okay, I found Chloe. Any new comments? That was a complete waste of time overall. In conclusion, don't be a brainwashed dumbass that only listen to alpha males. Get your own opinions. See ya.